Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer. In today's video, I am finally getting around to swatching a collection that I bought from Polished for Days back in March. So it has been sitting around for quite a while, unopened, while I did that huge unboxing of the Estate Hall of Nail Polish of over 2,000 bottles. So I'm finally getting around to doing this one. I bought the entire collection. This was the Cloud 9 collection, plus I bought the lavender blurring base coat and the sticker for the collection because I just couldn't help myself. This one is absolutely gorgeous. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dig into the Cloud 9 collection from Polished for Days. The first one is this beautiful purple. This is called Catch My Drift. And this one, do you see the sunset colors? This one is absolutely gorgeous. It is interesting though because on my swatch in certain lights, the base is actually a blue, but in the bottle I'm seeing purple. But here it is on the nail and see what I mean? It's blue around the edges. So it's very interesting, but you still get that beautiful sunset shimmer in this. This shifts from this electric red to gold to green. You're seeing more of a mix between the gold and the red, so you're getting this sort of a fiery orange color. This is beautiful. Now, I did swatch all of these in just 2 coats, so they are going to be a little bit squishy, and apologies if you can hear Olivia running amok in the room. She is my cat, and we recently reorganized, and I have the new setup now in the nail polish room, and she is having fun with it. In any case, this one is Catch My Drift in 2 coats. And yeah, I think most people would be fine with it in 2 coats. This is most likely how I would end up wearing this type of a polish. You're going to be so distracted by how much shimmer and shift there is that I don't think a lot of people would be bothered by any visible nail line that you can sort of still see. Of course, if you want them to be more opaque, you could always add a 3rd coat or put this over a blurring base coat like the lavender one here that I got from Polished for Days. Or you could put this over a matching cream undie. That way you for sure get the opacity that you're looking for. But I mean, just look at that. This is gorgeous. So that first one from the Cloud 9 collection was Catch My Drift. Then next up we have this beautiful shimmer polish, and this one is called Over the Moon, and this one is more of a, I don't know, like purple leaning pink. Some of these are very hard to pinpoint as far as their colors. As we saw with that one, it's purple in the bottle, blue on the nail. This one I feel like is pink in the bottle, but it ends up having this lavender lean to it once it's on the nail. This one has an incredibly strong gold shimmer to it that has a warmth about it. It on camera is like gold, but in person it's a little bit softer than that, although the glow is still very, very strong. But I am seeing an orange lean to this one. You can see that orange there as well. So I think my camera is just sort of amping up the intensity of the gold, but there is a warmth to this color that I really enjoy mixed in with this base color. And this is one that does have another component in it. You've got those holographic flakies adding a beautiful twinkle to the nail. So here is that one in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. And you can definitely see those holographic flakies. And the shimmer again on this is just so super strong. This is another one that I think most people would be just fine with 2 coats on. It does end up being, I feel, a little bit more opaque than Catch My Drift was. And I'm not sure if that's the type of shimmer because again, this is just 2 coats. But this has such a glow about it. It is stunning. And maybe you can see on camera that sort of a purple hue that it has. I mean, it's pinkish in the bottle, but again, you have this almost lavender hue to it, which is really interesting. And that glow just doesn't quit. It is so pretty. So that second polish from the collection was Over the Moon. Next up, we have another shade of pink. This is more of a rosy pink, and this one is called Glow Pop. This is another one that has a beautiful sunset shimmer in it. It does have some shifts in it, but mainly what I'm seeing at the face of the bottle is that amazing red to orange gold glow. There's more gold at the edges with maybe a pinch of green. This is another one that also has those holographic flakies in it. This is a stunning color combination. I absolutely love this shift added to just about any color. I don't know what it is about it, but it just glows. It is stunning. So here's Glow Pop in, again, just 2 coats. This one I don't think ends up being quite as opaque as I feel that Over the Moon was. But again, I do think most people would be just fine with 2 coats on this because of all of the components in it, because you have the amazing glow of that shimmer. Yeah, I would definitely be wearing this one in 2 coats, I think. This is absolutely gorgeous. So you can see the shade of pink here, and maybe you can see the difference in color there. Although on camera, again, I do still feel that Over the Moon is ending up being more of a purple. So again, some of these colors are really hard to pinpoint, but just cannot get over the glow that all of these have. So that third polish was Glow Pop. Next in the collection is a beautiful orange. This one is Sunset Dust. And yes, this is aptly named. This one has a stunning orange shift to it. You do again have the sunsetty colors, but I'm not actually sure if it's the same shift as these two that had those warmer tones in it, but it's in a lovely squishy like tangerine jelly base. And then you have this amazing glow in there. I'm seeing all of the different warm colors from orange to red to gold. Again, the kind of gold in here is definitely a rich, warm leaning gold. There might be a little bit of a brighter gold at certain angles and a little bit of green there as well. So here is Sunset Dust in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. This one, again, I mean, they all have amazing glow, but this one is so aptly named with that sunset in the name. And this is one that I think would make a beautiful transformative topper over other colors, because you're really going to get a lot of that glow. And there's how it's probably going to look over your nails. See how it sort of turns ghostly down there? And then you get the glow. That is going to be absolutely stunning on. Now, this might be one of the more sheer polishes because the base is not that bright. This is probably closer to how it would look on your nails, but I mean, look how amazing this is. Again, this kind of a warm glow is one of my favorites to see. It is just dazzling. So that one was Sunset Dust. Now moving into our cooler colors, this one is a larger particled shimmer called Sky High, and the base of this one is a beautiful like aqua jelly, and then you have a ton of these larger particled shimmers. This is another component that I adore in polish. Bee's Knees Lacquer has a number in this kind of formulation as well, and I just love how they look. They are so sparkly and so twinkly and just so magical looking. They have all of the sparkles and so many different shifts. This kind of a particle also ends up looking almost wet on the nail. You get this kind of a glistening metallic almost look. It's very hard to describe, but I adore how it looks. The shifts on this are green, gold. You have a little bit of pink and orange showing up at the edges of the nail. So here's how it looks in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. And I don't know if you can see what I mean on camera, but see that sort of a glistening look that it has? It almost starts to create a metallic look on the nail, but it's just those flakies. It's so amazing. I really enjoy how these look on the nail. Yeah, that is so gorgeous. This is another one where I feel like you could put this over another color and play around with layering it. But yeah, the shimmer on this, absolutely gorgeous. So that one is Sky High. And then the last polish in the collection is this one here called Cloudscape. And I mean, look at all the colors that you're seeing there in the base. So this one, I think I could have technically put over by the purples, but it has such a strong green glow that I ended up putting it at the end of my somewhat rainbow order. The base is that, again, sort of a grapey purple, but you have blues and greens in the flashes. And this is another that has those beautiful holographic flakies. So here's that one in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. I feel like this was one of the more opaque polishes in 2 coats. I think mostly everybody would be just fine with 2 coats in this one. The formula on this is spectacular, and I love the mix of colors in here. You can definitely see all of those sparkly rainbow holographic flakies on the nail quite nicely. That one is definitely a favorite, although I don't know if I could really pick a top 3 from this collection, which is why I got the whole collection. They're all so pretty. So the last one from that collection was a Cloudscape. And then before we get to the base coat that I got, I did end up getting the collection for the Polished for Days Cloud 9 collection. And it is a little cloud that has these prismatic iridescent or holographic swatches on them, and it will be clear. I'm actually not sure if I want to put this on my window or have it in the car, or if I want to put this on my Helmer. I don't know if I would be able to see it on my Helmer, but it is absolutely gorgeous. So that I did purchase separately. And then the last item in my haul is their Soft Focus Base Coat in Lavender Ice. And this is basically the item that I'm talking about when I mention wearing sheer or polishes over a blurring base coat. Brands like Polished for Days have their blurring base coats, as does Cupcake Polish and a few other brands. What it does is basically combine a base coat with a light wash of color. That way you don't have to put a base coat on and then put a second layer of something else to add a bit of opacity. Here's how it ends up looking in just one coat. And as you can see, it adds a nice wash of color. I think this would work nicely under a lot of different colors. And if you want more opacity, you could always do 2 coats of this. But I think this would work nicely for a lot of colors with just one single coat. As you can see, it adds a nice opacity there without being a complete cream, which is one of the things I like about it, because I think when you do a cream formula and layer a sheer polish over it, you do completely change the way that the polish looks. So with this kind of a base coat, you can add just enough to sort of blur that visible nail line and give yourself just a pinch more opacity. And again, if you do want more opacity, you could always do 2 coats of the blurring base coat to give yourself even more opacity. So that last item was their Soft Focus in Lavender Ice. And there we have it. That was my haul from quite a long time ago from Polished for Days. Let me know down below which ones were your favorites. Did you buy any from this collection or any of their collections since? I mean, it has been about, what, 8 months at this point since they released this collection, so I'm sure they've come out with quite a lot of other collections that I have missed out on. But let me know down below which ones were your favorites, or if you have any other favorite polishes from Polished for Days. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you had a good time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in that next one.